Hey you guys, your girl Beauty with Mika. So I am here to give you guys a summer must-haves for makeup. I know we all don't wear a lot of makeup during the summer, and it's like, girl, if I really want to have a cute bee face and not be sweaty and yucky, what are my must-haves? Here I am to give them to you. So the first thing we're gonna start off with is primers. This primer is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. Now I will say this is a dupe to the Milk Hydripler. So this is $10, this is $30. I like them both. I will say that this definitely has more of a tack feel, where this is definitely like it sits into the skin. It doesn't blur anything, but you guys know once Becca Evermatte started to like fade out, Milk came and really hit the target with this primer. So since then of course e.l.f. came out with one. Now if I had to choose which one I like more than the other, I would just say it just depends on your price point. So this one's $10, this one's $30. Girl, doesn't matter which one you want to try out, try them out. These are so good for the summer. Another thing for the summer is the Ula Hemorrhoids Banana Bright Face Primer. Of course, you guys know I'm all about priming your face, setting a base, and then going in with makeup. This I only use during the summertime. My god sister finally convinced me to go ahead and use it, and I love it. There are certain things that I'm recommending that I only use during the summer months, and I don't use any other time of the year. I know it sounds crazy, but I know it just works better during the summer months for me. This has vitamin C and it has banana powered inspired pigments in it. Not sure, but it does what it's supposed to do. All right, some other primers, and these are just to help with shine and blur. You guys know I love the Laura Mercier Blurring Canvas Primer. I get this in a travel size. Honestly, with primers, you only can get it, you only need it in a travel size. You don't need the full sizes. Now the Milk, I'm gonna keep that in the full size, but this travel size. Another one is the Smashbox Oil and Shine Control. I love this. I am oily combo skin. I'm combo oily, so girl, I be looking for like blurring, shine control, grip. Good to go. Let's go on to foundations. Now I have a couple of foundations. Oh, another face primer. The Fenty Pro Filter Primer. You guys know I purchased this in a travel size. You don't need that big size. I'm telling you guys, a little bit goes a long way. I only use one pump of this, and when I tell you guys it covers my entire face, you have to use your primers definitely just sparingly. Don't be going in with 2 pumps, girl. Like, come on, you don't need to be wasting product like that or over killing your face with all the primer. 1 pump of this on your face, good to go. I buy it in the travel size. It's not to be cheap or anything, but I am definitely knowing my usage when I am using stuff and overspending. And I feel like when you buy a full size, you're overspending unless you're wearing makeup like 7 days a week. Let's be real. So this is definitely a good one. Again, I would repurchase anything that I'm recommending right now. Now, when you can talk about foundations, I have 5 foundations. Now, I will tell you guys, some of these, there is about, I would say 4 out of the 5, I would wear all seasons long. So no matter what season is, I'm grabbing these. Now, one that I only wear during the summer, and I've been wearing this for about 5 years during the summer. A friend recommended this to me when we were traveling, and we were traveling to Atlanta. This is the Nars Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer that has SPF of 30. I'm in the shade Polynesian. They have come out with other shades since then, especially since last year, once, you know, the panorama hit, people weren't wearing a lot of foundations or skin tints started to become more popular. They recently added more shade ranges. I love what Nars does that, because they just automatically just add definitely a ton of shade ranges. They actually launch with a bunch of shade ranges. So I have Polynesian. I only bring this out during those hot months, and you guys know I'm in LA, so when I don't want to wear no makeup, girl, I'll pull this out and be looking cute. Now, another foundation, and you guys can see I'm pretty much here right now on it. This one is the Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation in the shade New Calderon. You guys know I was not a fan of this for a while, but this is my go-to for the summer. This is like, if you ask me as soon as those summer months hit what foundations I'm pulling, this is the first one I'm pulling out. No issues, no complaints. I already know I'm grabbing this. I will tell you guys, I'm probably gonna finish this up this year, so I will be repurchasing this. Again, I'm in the shade New Calderonia. But this is definitely good during the summer months. You could wear this anytime depending on your skin type. Again, I'm combo oily, so if you're somebody that has dry or normal skin type, you could probably wear this anytime. I'll wear this probably until October in LA. All right, so we're down to our last 3 foundations. The third one is Again, another Nars. I tell you guys, Nars is definitely a top contender when it comes to like just those long wear. They just hit the mark when it comes to certain foundations. This one is the light reflecting foundation. I've already done a review and wear test on this foundation, and this is actually a must-have. I am not gonna lie. Again, I'm in the shade New Caledonia. I have a neutral undertone with my skin, so pretty much I could wear the same shade range across a lot of brands, and this one's one of them. Hands down, just know, go to New Caledonian. It's gonna work no matter which launch they come out with, and I've never missed a beat with this. This is good too. Now, if I had to say get this one over this one, no, it just depends on what you want to, how you overall you want your face to look like. I can easily tell you to go with the radiant, or I could tell you to go with the light reflecting. Honestly, I don't see a difference in either one, but I like them both. So I will say this is definitely something that you want to have for the summer. If you are not interested in the radiant, then try the light reflecting. Now, another Nars foundation, and I pull this out especially when I want just that beat face and I know I'm gonna be wearing makeup all day and I know I'm gonna be at events. Girl, I'll pull out my Nars soft matte complete foundation. Again, I'm in the shade New Caledonia. I put this on if I know I'm wearing makeup from like 12-15 hour days and it's the summertime. I will look B-faced by 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I could literally put my makeup on by 8 o'clock in the morning. By 5 o'clock, all I gotta do is touch up and basically just powder my face. And I don't even powder, I just take the brush and tap and get rid of those oils on my T-zone. Never, my pores barely seep through during the summer. I recently wore this to a work event, and when I tell you guys, even in the photos, you cannot tell that I had makeup on all day. Like, this doesn't budge, this doesn't move. I've taken this to Vegas, I've taken this to Texas, and I've taken this to Atlanta, and you guys know those are definitely some hot summers. That Atlanta, Vegas, and what Texas has, my face was looking real beat. So this is definitely a tried and true for the summertime. Last but not least is the Fenty Eavesdrop Blurring Skin Tint. I'm in the shade 21. I'm in the shade also 450 in the Fenty foundations. This came out and I know a lot of people were skeptical about it, but I really do like it. It gives that no makeup type of makeup look, and I really like that it's just lightweight. It does blur the skin. You don't have to put a lot on, and a little bit of it goes a long way, so you're good to go. All right, now when we go into powders, I know you're like, what powder would you use? The powder that I would recommend is the Sephora Micro Smooth Setting Powder. I'm in the shade Deep 60. They recently came out with some new shades, but as you could tell, ain't nothing there. I put this on with any of the foundations that I recommended, and when I tell you guys that my face is beautiful, it's flawless, I love it. This does not feel like it's cakes or anything. This is the only one that I recommend. All right, so now let's talk about setting powders. I know you guys are like, Mika, well, what type of setting powder, or if you just wanted to do a setting powder with like nothing, I recommend it. The One Size setting powder in Dark Deep, hands down. The Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. They have a radiant, they have the regular translucent, and they also have a matte. I actually have all three, but either one, whichever one works for you. My Laura Mercier has been my tried and true, and it never fails me for years. Another one that is a drugstore brand, and I actually like this, it's actually a little bit of competition to my Laura Mercier, is the Black Radiance True Complexion Loose Setting Powder. My girl Candace on YouTube has recommended this, and I am so in love. I'm gonna have to repurchase this at Target. I am almost out, as you could tell. This is the shade Honeymoon. I have been dipping into this, and I think this could last me longer than a year, but I have been addicted to this, like addicted. So you could tell there is little to nothing in there. Like, where give or take in another maybe month and a half, this will definitely be out. Now, if you're wondering for something to set under your eyes and you're like, what should I do? If you want to just have those touch-ups while you're out, girl, take this Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof Setting Powder. You can never go wrong with this. I actually have created a dent in this. Or you could also use this as an under eye setting powder, or take it with you also. I typically don't take powders with me to touch up. I pretty much would just use like a blotting sheet and I'm good to go. I just never wanted to do that, but I should try it. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in the shade 4 Deep. I have 4 and I believe I have like 3. Let me show you. So this is 4 and this is Deep. And then this is 3, which is dark. And you guys know this is 3, So this is 3 and this is 4. Not really much of a difference. It feels like this would be considered like Laura Mercier translucent, Laura Mercier dark deep, but I actually like both. I will say that this one, number 3, does not come off ashy on the skin, but now that they came out with 4, it does just as good as 3. So those are just my personal preferences if you're asking about powders. All right, now let's go on to concealers before we go to bronzers. And I only have 5 concealers. I try to keep this very minimal for you guys. Hands down, Anastasia Magic Touch Concealer, shade 23. I already know who recommended this, and she gonna laugh when she watches this video, because girl, I fell in love with this. This was like, this could be a no makeup type of look and you only needed this. So good. Another one is the Rare Beauty concealer. I'm in the shade 480W. This is definitely good too for those makeup, no makeup type of days where it's just concealer, brows, mascara, powder, you good to go. Trust me, these I have tested out. Living in LA, I go through all the seasons except snow. Another one that I've repurchased, and this is definitely a repurchase, is the Fenty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Concealer in the shade 450. And everything will be linked down below if you're wondering. Another one, and this is a tried and true. You guys know when these went on sale a few years ago at Sephora, I picked these up to stock up because you just never know with Too Faced. This is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in the shade Toffee, or I use Chestnut. And I believe, I always have to open it. Toffee is actually my natural under eye shade. Chestnut is my highlight shade. So I mix these both up. And last but not least, and I know, I believe Hourglass is still in the hot seat, but this is the Hourglass concealer in the shade Mocha. Hands down, I can never find an actual foundation shade match for me with Hourglass, but this concealer hit it on the nail. I'm actually wearing it right now, and girl, this is one of those concealers, like, I would repurchase it, hands down. All right, so let's go on to bronzers. Bronzers that are great anytime. These are just summer options or must-haves, is the Hoola Benefit Hoola Toasted Bronzer. They recently added to this shade, so I remember I got this a few years ago. This is a definitely good one. I like neutral bronzers that are going to give me a nice look to the skin. Another one, now last but not least, is Miss Charlotte Tilbury again, and this is actually you could refill this. This is her Airbrush bronzer in the shade Deep 4. Girl, this is the Oyster, and you could always refill it. That's the one thing I do like about Charlotte Tilbury. You could actually use this and pop it out in the back right here and buy a refill, and you're good to go. So no complaints for me. But this bronzer, it's a winner. It's a winner. Like, it's big, and I'm like, why? But then I don't like, she needs to come out with a smaller one so we could travel with it, but it's flat, so I'm afraid to actually travel with this because I don't want it to break, even though it is thick. All right, now let's go on to, I do have some lip products because I know I never always tell you guys my lip products. Something that's new, and I have been using this. This is from Hourglass. It's the Ambient Light 3 Volume 3. I have to say, this is, yeah, this you could actually just put around your put in your high points of your cheeks and your nose and your chin and all that, and girl, it just gives like one of those flawless type of low, I would say glow soft makeup looks. This is good. Hourglass, I know they've been in trouble behind this palette, coming out with that 2, and then 3, I have to say it is women of color, so they kind of got back with this one. All right, another one, Nars. Again, Nars is like, girl, when I put out everything, I was like, Nars is doing it. So Nars recently came out with a light reflecting setting powder in Sable. I know they've been trying to get it together with this shade, and Sable is definitely works good. I like this to set under eyes. It gives it a very nice look to the skin as far as like awakening under my eyes. Another thing that I recommend is the Glowish by Huda Beauty. This is her Soft Radiant Bronzing Powder in the shade 5 Rich. And I really do like this. One of the things when I liked about this is that, especially as spring started to come and I really wanted like a soft makeup look, but really no makeup, this was definitely just giving more glow to the skin, and it was definitely bronzing me up in a nice natural way without being too harsh. All right, so I have some highlighters here. These are the only 2 highlighters, and then we're gonna go to lip products and we're gonna be done. The highlighter that I recommend, because it's an all-in-one and it's just easy. This is Dior Backstage Face Glow Face Palette in Glitz. My girl Kay's Way recommended this to me and I was like, yeah, right. But if you do not have any more of the Becca highlighters, this one is your go-to. It carries all similar shades to Becca highlighters. I feel like with highlighters now, there's only so many shades that you can carry or so many shades that you can have, and this just does it. All right, another one, last but not least, is the Danessa Myricks Dewy Wet Balm in the shade Hot Water. She has so many other shades, but this one is a must-have. I know you guys like, you didn't even touch it. I have, trust me. But this is what it looks like. Definitely get your hands on it. I know she's getting ready to add another shade to this. Danessa she always got something coming out, her and Pat McGrath, but get it. All right, so some lip glosses. I'm just gonna tell you guys the brands. NYX Butter Gloss, hands down, you guys know I have so many colors of these. Catch these when Ulta does buy one get one half off. That's how I got all my must-haves. A lot of the browns I have right now, Cinnamon Roll. I'll go ahead and put the shades of my must-haves in the description box if you're just wondering for women of color, if you don't have them already. But any of the NYX Butter Glosses, good for the summer. If you're looking for something a little bit similar to the Fenty Gloss Bombs, this is the Maybelline Lifter Gloss. I love these too. These just give that to your lips without it being like MAC gooey. Another one is the Fenty Gloss Bomb, but this one is in Fussy. Any of the Fenty Gloss Bombs, depending on what shade you prefer, depending on your skin tone, is good. I have an OG. These are the Pat McGrath lips glosses. I have Bronze Temptation. I got these during the holidays with the summer sets, and you could tell like this is where it's at. And then last but not least is the Fenty creams. I have a few of these. This is Honey Waffle. You could put a lip liner with it. You could also top this with a new lip in the center and you're good to go. But that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this summer must-have. I know you guys have been wondering where I've been. I am here. Life is just busy right now. Your girl got a promotion. Work is busy. Kids are on summer break. So it is life over here with me. But I am hanging and thriving. If you don't follow me on Instagram, go ahead. I have been posting swatches and doing reels now. And just trying to keep up to date with everything and balance out everything too. Other than that, don't forget the thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe. You guys will constantly see more videos. I'm getting back in my routine and your girl is back. I will talk to you guys soon. Stay blessed. Bye.